Team Sonic Racing, a game that could have been so much, but ended up being so little. What should have been the next big step in Sega's kart racers instead delivered a stripped-down experience with questionable gameplay choices, a limited roster, and an online infrastructure held together by shoestrings and paperclips. This is why Team Sonic Racing was a failure.
Team Sonic Racing!
This video was a long time coming. I've been wanting to discuss my gripes with this game since the moment it was released, but I never felt like it was a good time. But with Sonic Racing CrossWorlds right around the corner, I figured it's time to revisit this title and properly explain what it did wrong and why I'm far more confident in Sonic Racing CrossWorlds' success. This game released at a terrible time, only a few short weeks ahead of Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, and that game stole almost all the attention. From what I remember, it took the wind right out of Sonic sales. Literally. I want to say after the first week or so, no one really talked about this game anymore. Fun fact, Radical Soda and I actually planned a collaborative review together for this game, but we canceled it because, honestly, no one cared for it.
I'll never forget you, Sam.
I even had to cancel my Let's Play series because of this game, because playing through the story actually started to make me bleed subscribers in a time where my channel was not even that big to begin with. So, let's get into the nitty-gritty. What was wrong with this game? I'll start with what I believe is the single greatest mistake this game made. The game is called Team Sonic Racing, incentivizing teamwork. But the game didn't allow you to take your team of friends and go online in public servers to go against other teams.
What?
Yeah, this game's matchmaking was a complete joke. The only possible way you could play with your friends in a team is by making a private server, but doing so means you couldn't rank up. So a game that is all about being a team with your friends didn't give you the ability or the means to do the one thing that you wanted to do: be a team with your friends and go against other teams. You could try to invite your friends to a public match, but there's multiple problems with that too. One being, this game was not crossplay. Yeah, you could only play with people on your respective console, and that was already so limiting. But another problem at the time was inviting your friends into a lobby before the lobby was either full or before the match even started, which, if you remember how horrendous the servers were, connecting was way easier said than done.
Kitten has left. RIP! There we go. There's the server error. Roger that. Soldier has left. Cool. I'm just trying to play with my friends! What hurts the most though is that this game was delayed for like 6 months. And it's like, oof. Big oof. Why is it like this?
People said that people couldn't join, and that's so weird. So I'm re-inviting literally everybody.
Oh, that's all good.
Dude, this game is broken, and I think that's...
Oh, chat, nothing's changed since 2019.
And even if your friends got into the game in public matches, there was no telling if they would be on your team or not. All of these hurdles was just to play with your friends, doing the one thing the game wanted you to do: be a team.
The thing with this game is it's a team game, right? But you can't play with your friends in online matches, and that pisses me off. You can play with your friends in private matches, you can. But the only way for you guys right now to play with me is by searching at the same time as me. And that's super clunky. The game is called Team Sonic Racing. I want to play with my friends against other people. That's what we want to do, and we can't do that.
Then there's the gameplay itself. Unlike most kart racers where it's simple, race, get first place, you win, Team Sonic Racing made team strategy the only real way to succeed. That sounds interesting on paper, but in practice, it meant that working your tail off for first place didn't matter if your teammates lagged behind. Playing single player was even worse because your fate was tied to CPU teammates that could tank your win with no control on your end. This felt so unfair, it honestly made me want to turn the game off. And then there's what I consider the biggest oversight: the team ultimate abuse. The game had a system where doing team actions like slingshotting, drafting, and trading items all leveled up your team ultimate meter, which once filled, gave you an OP invincible boost that could completely change the dynamic of a race at any given moment. Now you could probably guess where I'm going with this, but the entire meta of this game online was nothing but players spamming the trade button as fast as possible to trade items back and forth with their team at will, filling up the team ultimate meter in a matter of seconds, completely breaking the game in half. So instead of focusing on the race and being engaged, as you want to be, you're more focused on spamming the B button to trade and accept items non-stop. And just like that, the addictive nature of this game is completely shattered. Nothing about this was fun.
All right, we got that, and I'm gonna trade back to you. Hit the B button, take it back, and then we just go back and forth. That's literally it.
That's awesome.
Using 2 of those, trading it back. There we go. Give it back. Here we
It
go.
doesn't help when I can't.
Okay.
see I've never played.
You ready? We're gonna press Y in 3, 2, 1. Y.
Go!
It definitely had the ability to with proper balancing and such, but that wasn't the case. And all of that was just the game working as intended. This is not counting the insane amount of bugs on release. Just look at these clips from years ago. For God's sake, we went to the moon.
Shadow Streak. Zips.
Oh my god! Look at my
Oh
screen.
Yeah.
What the hell did I just
Welcome.
I need a clip of that for you. That was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
There we go. Turn Super Cats off.
Whoa!
We don't want to make Sonic. Whoa! Yeah, baby.
I didn't even see. Forces people have been like yelling at me in comments saying it's not Zavik, it's Zavok.
No. What the heck?
What happened?
What? Whoa, wait, whoa, what?
And this is just the core mechanics of the game. That's not even counting the story mode, which, yeah, this game had a story mode. One of the most brain-dead and unnecessary plots in the franchise. Basically, 95% of the story is just characters bickering repetitively about whether or not they can trust Dodonpa. He offers them these fancy cars powered by his experimental ultimate energy engine, wow, what a name, but nobody can figure out his motives. Sonic and friends keep racing anyways because reasons. Eventually, it turns out Dodonpa isn't evil at all, he just wants to test his new engine in competitive races. The real villain, as always, Dr. Eggman, who spends the whole story trying to steal Dodonpa's tech for himself. The subpar writing to excuse the racing is one thing, but the cutscenes weren't even animated, just static character portraits. And when I say it was repetitive, I mean repetitive.
Sounds suspiciously Eggman-esque.
I just met this guy and I already don't trust him. The whole thing's a little sketchy.
The fact that Eggman is here hasn't worked.
He could be working with Dodonpa. So Dodonpa is really cool. I don't know how cool he is, Pink, and I still don't trust his motives.
Dodonpa's motivations are a mystery to me, as are his loyalties.
Everyone, it's a trap! Eggman and Dodonpa are working together!
Dodonpa is not to be trusted. Silver says he and Eggman are working together.
I don't know why everybody's mad at Dodonpa.
They've been playing this stupid thing with that story for literally 4 or 5 hours. Was there any other writing you could have thought of? I am sick of this!
Why does everybody think that Mr. Pop is telling our secrets to Eggman?
Maybe because they're both evil, conniving super scientists?
It's getting harder and harder not to tell that Tanuki to take a hike.
I think that Tanuki is nice.
The guy is clearly in cahoots with Eggman.
Mr. Pop works with wisps, and wisps only like nice people.
Those wisps are working with Dodonpa. Maybe he is a good guy.
And they're still going. They're still talking about Dodonpa in cahoots. Just get out of there! It's been 5 hours and you're still talking about it! Who wrote this game?
Then we'll see who this Dodonpa guy really is.
We still don't know what they want from us, or what their endgame is.
It's always Eggman. That's it. I'm done racing for this old man.
Good news, person who kidnapped me. My engine. He stole it.
Now, the story of a racing game is never really the selling point, so I won't harp on it too much, but when you look at previous Sonic racing titles, it's night and day. The first 2 Sonic Riders games completely blew Team Sonic Racing out of the water. Those games had new interesting characters, engaging plots, and over-the-top, fully animated cutscenes that made the world feel alive. Compare that to Team Sonic Racing's static dialogue boxes and repetitive writing, it just felt cheap and forgettable. And cheap is right, this game only launched at $40 in 2019. But here's the twist. It actually sold about 3.5 million copies worldwide. Now, that's not close to Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled at all, but it's still a respectable number thanks to Sonic Movie 1. Yeah, this was the only Sonic game Sega had to push to coincide the release of that movie, so it got extra visibility by default, but here's the kicker. Even with those sales, the servers were already dead within 2 weeks. A team-based racer, where you couldn't even find teams to race against. And on Steam, it was much, much worse, with the all-time number of concurrent players was just on the first day of this game's release with 971 players. Ouch. The game's marketing at the time was honestly not that great either. Sega mostly leaned on music drops, but didn't give us much to actually get excited for. The animated short Sonic Racing Overdrive was fantastic though, I won't deny that, but it came just 2 months before release. For almost a year leading up to this game, it was nothing but soundtrack releases. Now compare that to Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. The best word to describe Sega's approach this time? Confidence. Almost immediately, we got a closed beta, creators like me went hands-on, feedback was taken, and people were already talking about how fun this game was. We've had animated trailers, new music, even a history lesson on Sonic Racing games made by yours truly. Yes, I know I'm biased. We got the super charming crosstalk series with characters like Jet and Wave, detailed videos laying out the game's features, and one of the best Sonic animations to date. It is so over the top. All that on top of multiple open network tests for anyone to give the game a try. The numbers already look set to blow Team Sonic Racing out of the water just by the network tests alone. The gameplay is back to being traditional, but with fresh twists. The transformation mechanic returns, Extreme Gear from Sonic Riders makes its big comeback, and portal rings keep the racetracks dynamic. The roster completely dwarfs TSR's, packed with more Sonic characters, other Sega properties, and even some outside of Sega joining in the fun. Most importantly, CrossWorlds is built for the long run. Post-launch DLC, new characters, new tracks, proper matchmaking with friends, thank God, and full crossplay across all major consoles. All of the things TSR desperately needed. I'm not trying to sound like a commercial here, but this game is doing everything right. Well, for the most part. The price is still a bit steep, and I'm not a fan that some of the characters don't have voices, but outside of that, I couldn't be more hyped for this game. This feels like the proper Sonic spin-off that I've honestly been waiting for. A game I can play with not just my friends, but with all of you, for years to come while we wait for the next thing in the mainline series. And that's why Sonic Racing CrossWorlds looks to be the perfect answer to Team Sonic Racing. A game that, let's be honest, was an absolute failure.
It's good to know you're not on Eggman's side.
Or the